Hello everyone, and thank you for attending today. My name is Stephen Primo. I am the president and founder of Specialist Trading, as you see here in front of you. And Specialist Trading, we feel, is your premier source for online education just about all the markets. As you can see here in front of you, we give you the insights, wisdom, and most especially the trading strategies from the floor. To give you a little bit of background about myself, I've been trading for roughly 35 years. I started my trading career on the floor of the Pacific Stock Exchange. I was on the floor for a total of 16 years, and 9 of those years I was a specialist for Donaldson, Lufkin, and Jenrette. I left the floor in the mid-90s to manage money and to trade my own account. And about 5 years ago, just to say thank you to Larry Connors and all the people that are here because of Larry Connors today in trading markets, I was asked to be the director of education for trading markets. And then roughly about 3 years ago, I went on my own once again to formulate Specialist Trading, which basically just teaches everything that I personally trade myself. Now, everything that I use is taken from what I had as an education on the floor, but it can easily be transferred over into other markets. And in my opinion, most especially the Forex markets, because the style in which I teach, in which I trade to all my students and mentorees is a trend-following type of approach. And so I feel the markets in the Forex markets, the currency pairs, are the best trend followers there are. So these are the best trendy markets, and so everything seems to work even much better within these markets that I actually use myself. So today we're going to be speaking about a great new program, a new package that we have for you, and this is our Specialist Trading Elite Forex Trading Program, our college here for the Forex traders. We're going to be giving you some strategies, a lot of tips and techniques, a lot of edges, and I'm going to go into detail today explaining exactly what we offer within our Elite Forex Trading College. In fact, I'm going to be talking in just a few short moments about a strategy that I will be teaching in the college that has generated over 125% in just a few short years, in fact just 2 years since we've been giving signals to our members. So I'm going to be showing you some results and showing you exactly how this has generated such great results for us in the past couple of years. And if you become a member of the college, this is actually one of the strategies you will be learning in its entirety. But before we begin, as always, I ask that you please take a moment to view our disclaimer. I'm going to show you a lot of performance results, going to show you some edges today and some techniques, but please remember that we can in no way guarantee that any of the results will be repeated in the future. So please take a moment to view our disclaimer. We're required to show you this, and then we shall begin today's presentation. Now, one of the things I just want to mention while we're bringing up the disclaimer, as you're taking a quick view at it, is that I know a lot of educators and presenters like to have questions during the presentation, but I'd rather have you wait till the very end because I'm going to give you a lot of information and show you a lot of examples. And so it flows a lot better. The presentation and the webinar will flow a lot better if you just keep your questions till the end. So I promise we will reserve the last 10 or 15 minutes. It shouldn't be very long. But if you have any questions, just write them down, and then I'll answer each and every one of them. We'll also give you a phone number, we'll also give you a link, and we'll also give you an email address so you can contact us. So if you have questions once we've concluded, don't worry, there's lots of ways to get your answers to anything that you may have had on your mind. Okay? So please wait till the very end to ask any questions, and then I will spend the last 10 or 15 minutes answering them. Okay, why don't we begin? Now I'd like to start out by just going over a little bit what I learned trading on the floor of the exchange. Remember, my background is in stocks, but everything I learned can easily be transferred over into the Forex markets. Now, the first couple of years, I struggled with trading, just like most of you probably have or probably are at this present time, having a difficult time trading. It wasn't that I was getting killed or losing tons of money. I just couldn't seem to get this consistency in trading. I really, would have 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. So it's that type of approach. So I really wanted to, get my trading going forward instead of just trading water. And I met a few elite traders on the floor that turned my thinking around, that got me on that road to success. And that's what I try to teach to all of my students, and especially what I'm going to try and convey in this Elite Forex Trading College. But the real thing I had trouble with was really what I thought would have meant to be a successful trader, because I thought you had to have the most up-to-date system or tons of technology or access to all the news. And what I really learned on the trading floor was what it means to be a successful trader. And the answers were a little bit different from what I thought. Successful trading should be as simple as possible. See, I complicated my trading, probably like a lot of you are as well, by having too many indicators on my screen, by following too many reports and news events, and by being involved in, at the time we didn't have chat rooms or trading rooms, we had a lot of subscription-based services then, and too many trading gurus, and I was really complicating my trading, overcomplicating my trading. What these mentors taught me was to really simplify your trading, and that's what will get you on the road to success. Most traders that overcomplicate are following far too many markets. They're over trading too much during the day, and they're really, basically making it much more difficult than it has to be. Most of the traders that have been trading as long as I have, 30, 40, 50 years even, keep their rules to a minimum, maybe 3 to 5 rules at most. And most of the traders you'll find out, educators that have these very complicated, convoluted type of trading plans, have 10, 15, 20 rules, and everything has to line up perfectly in order for it to be a signal. We keep things as simple as possible, and that's how we get onto that road to success. Now, my mentors also taught me that successful trading should be consistent. Now, one of the things that I had trouble with was that I would have 2 or 3 great months where I thought, boy, everything's back on track. I'm really doing well now, making money. And then I'd have 1 or 2 terrible trades where I'd give everything back. And I'm sure that this probably sounds familiar to a lot of you. You're doing great. You think, boy, I really have it made now. And then all of a sudden, 1 or 2 bad trades and everything's lost. Trading shouldn't be like that. Successful trading should be very consistent. In other words, if you look at your P&L or your equity curve, you should have this nice, very slow upward move in the equity. It shouldn't be looking like a roller coaster where it's going straight up and then straight down and straight up and straight down, much the way it looked when I was first started to trade on the floor. It should be very slow and consistent. So therefore, the way to get this is not trying to hit home runs. It's looking to hit singles, which is what we really promote at Specialist Trading. Now, from time to time, our strategies will produce these tremendous home runs, and I'll even show you some examples today. But what we're really going out after are these small, consistent scores in the market. So we're looking to be consistent. That's really the basis behind successful trading. And then finally, successful trading should make you a part of the process. Now, I did the same thing when I first started out, and I see far too many traders, especially Forex traders, taking themselves out of the game. Now, how do you take yourself out of the game? By simply relying on an outside source to tell you what to do. This is why I don't believe in trading rooms or chat rooms or simply generating signals without you knowing why. I want you to become a part of the process. As I stated in the beginning of this presentation, Specialist Trading is an educational site. We're not simply generating signals for you to take them blindly. I want you to understand and be a part of the process. So I teach you all of my 35 years of knowledge and accumulate them into a nice 5-week package so that you can understand and know how to become a part of the process. You never want to take yourself out of the game. You want to be a part of the decision-making process when a signal is generated. Now, that's my goal. My goal is to teach you how to trade with the Specialist Edge. This edge was taught to me when I was first on the floor. My first year or two, I really struggled. And once I started to learn this edge, to really strip away all of the useless noise that I thought would make me become successful, once I let go of it, that's when I really started to become consistent in my trading. So we want to keep things as simple as possible. We want our equity curve and we want our results to be consistent, and then we want to be a part of the process. Okay, so ask yourself, are you doing that right now with your current trading plan? And I would almost venture to say that the majority of you aren't if you're looking for help within the markets. Don't worry, I'm going to be there every step of the way with you in this elite college and show you exactly how to implement this process. All right, so let's start out with the first week. What we'll be talking about are some proprietary tools and techniques that have really helped sustain me throughout the years. And here's an example of one of the things that probably hits most beginning traders. It's not being on the right side of the market. You know, you're buying when you should be selling and vice versa. Here's an example of our first edge. This is a simple tool designed to place you on the right side of the market. And this is regardless of any time frame in any direction. So we're really not concerned if someone says, well, Steve, I'm a day trader, or someone says, Steve, I'm an investor. It doesn't matter. This tool will work in any time frame and in any direction. Let's look at a chart that happened roughly about a month ago in the British pound. Now, let's just say you're following the British pound, and once again, you've taken yourself out of the game because you're relying on some TV commentator that tells you the British pound is topping out. It's probably hitting some resistance here, and this is where you should sell it. And it starts to look as if it's going to roll over. So you don't want to miss the boat. You want to go short at the highs here, so you jump in and sell because that's what the TV commentator says. And then the minute you sell, look what happens. weeks later, we're making new highs and it looks like it's going straight up. Does this look familiar to anyone? Well, using this simple edge that I'm going to be teaching you, it would have kept you out of being short, and in fact, it would have gotten you in long into this trade. By using our strategies, you would have had some really nice signals to go long. So this simple tool, which I'll teach you, keeps you on the right side of the majority of trades. It's just a high probability tool that will get you on the right side for trading. All right, now we'll go into another part of the first week. We'll give you another of our great proprietary edges, and this is another technique, but it's designed to fine-tune your entries, which will result in some high percentage trades. Now, a lot of times traders are on the right side of the market. In fact, they do have a great idea. It's just their entry that is executed poorly, and therefore they get stopped out thinking that, well, this is not going to work out, so they either throw in the towel and exit the trade too early, or they have a stop place and they are stopped out within the trade. And it really comes down to you weren't wrong in your decision-making process. It was just your entry that was poorly executed, and that's what got you in trouble. Let me show you how we could help you with that. Here's a perfect example of an intraday trade in the euro dollar roughly about a month or so ago. And let's just say that you want to go short this. You haven't got short yet, and it's starting to form some nice short-term downtrend. But you're a support and resistance type of trader, and you say, you know what, I want to go short. I don't like the way the euro dollar is acting on an hourly basis, but I'm going to wait to see if it breaks this support. We have a kind of a double bottom here, so if we close below, that's where I'll sell. Okay? So you're waiting for it to happen, and lo and behold, in the next bar, guess what? It does happen. So you have a good idea here to go short. You're in sync with the trend. You're on the right side, so you go short. And then look what happens. Straight up, right? Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that it's wrong to short the euro dollar in this example. It could have just been your entry. All right? So we have this proprietary technique that we use in the majority of our strategies, which will fine-tune your entry process, whereas you're not really on the wrong side. You don't have a wrong idea. It's just your entry that's holding you back. Now, using this technique on this very same example, you would have gone short. It would have been the right thing to do, but you would not have entered into the trade until this bar right here. This is where you actually would have sold. You would not have entered where you originally wanted to down at these levels, but actually up here. And once you sold, look what happened. So as you can see, many times you actually are right. How many times have you either gone into a trade short or long and you got stopped out, and the minute you get stopped out, it goes in your direction? I'm sure it's happened a lot to a lot of traders. Well, this high percentage technique will help you to really fine-tune your trading so that you'll have that extra added percentage in your favor. Now, exits. Exits are extremely important too. In the first week, we'll cover a variety of both aggressive and conservative exits. Remember, we want you to be a part of the process. So we give you all these different options with all of our strategies. You can either exit aggressively or conservatively, because once you decide how you want to make the strategy fit your persona, that's where you really, once again, get on that road to success. You have to be a part of the process. Now, here's an actual signal that was generated in the Swiss franc that we gave to all of our members the night before. We told them where to buy. And you would have purchased this. Now, if you wanted to use the most standard conservative approach to exiting, you would have exited right here and had a nice quick trade, made some nice money, and said thank you very much in one day. But let's say you want to hold on to the trade. You're a little bit more aggressive. Well, we give you different options. Here would have been option number 2. And then ultimately, if you wanted to hold on and try and squeeze as much profit as possible, you could have opted for exit number 3. And roughly about 4 days later, you could have taken advantage of that. So we show you how to execute, how to fine-tune all of these exits. And then it's really up to you how you want to trade. We have many traders that will just opt for exit number 1, and others will opt for selling half their position at 2 and the other half at 3, and so on. So there's lots of different ways to trade all the information we're going to be giving you. How about stops? Now, stops are extremely important, but most people just use one plain stop and then that's it. They figure this is the way you place your stop, and I'm going to use this for every strategy or every technique, any signal I get. Well, we give you, once again, a variety of different stops, 4 initial stop placements, in fact. So regardless if you want to trade aggressively or conservatively, you can pick prior to entering the trade where you want to place your stop. All right? And we tell you exactly how to calculate them and where to place them. And then let's say once you get into the trade and it's working in your favor, many traders, rather than just say, well, I'm going to exit at the predetermined exit level, you'd like to stay into the trade until the market stops you out. Well, we furnish you with 3 moving stop placements. So these are 3 different techniques on how to track your trade while you're in it, so you can, once you get one of these big trends, you can really go for as much as you want. So that's our stop placement program. 7 different stops you can use once you're in the trade. All right, so let's now talk about the strategies. As I said, this is probably what most students are interested in. We're going to provide you with 3 of what we feel are our most consistent and our top strategies to date in the Forex markets. And the great thing about these strategies is each one can be transferred over into different time frames and obviously can trade in different directions. Now we'll start out with our newest strategy, which is strategy number 4. This is a great strategy, and I think one of the best things about this strategy is that oftentimes many of our members and students use it as a tool to determine a trend change. Many times they'll just wait for one of these strategies to pop up, or I should say signals from the strategy to pop up, and then they'll look and see and actually predetermine that it's time for a trend change. That's how well this picks bottoms and tops of a trend. Here we have an example in the Euro-Yen. This was from September of last month, just about a month or so ago. We furnished all of our members the night before, telling them where to get in and where to exit, and you quickly, in roughly 2 days, could have made a quick 254 pips off of this signal. Once again, we want you to understand how to see these signals yourself, but we will send you out signals as verification just to know that there was actually one generated. But ultimately, since we are an educational site, you'll be able to spot them on your own even without having to wait for an email from us. Now, here's another one in the Canadian dollar that was earlier in the month in August. You see here that we pretty much in a downtrend picked the exact top on the 25th of July and going straight down after that for the next month or so, 450 pips in your favor going short the Canadian dollar. So you can actually use this strategy as a trend filter. You can also use it for a short-term type of trade, getting out in 2 days, or you can use it to catch these longer trends if you'd like. That's strategy number 4. Our next strategy is strategy number 5, and this, I have to say, without a doubt, is our premier strategy at Forex, at the Forex College, because it is tremendously consistent. It's a pullback strategy, and it goes with the trend. It's tremendously consistent, and it's generated some fantastic results like I talked about earlier in the presentation. Here are a few examples of this. We went long at the end of August, the British pound. This was that example which I showed you earlier where someone may have thought the British pound was topping out. Well, in all actuality, we had a buy signal about 4 days after that little topping scenario, and the British pound quickly went up over 300 pips in the next couple of weeks. Now, this strategy has generated over 125% gains in real-world results in just 2 years. This is how consistent this strategy is. And when I say real-world, I mean because these are all signals that we have generated and issued for our members, our Forex members, in that 2-year period. So they're all documented when we sent out signals to all of our members. As you can see here, we have some great signals on the short side. We also have some great signals on the long side. Coming just roughly about a month ago in the Euro dollar, we had some nice signals going short and then going long. This is strategy number 5. Once again, our premier strategy, probably our most consistent out of the 3 strategies you will be learning. And then finally, our last strategy is strategy number 6. We call this the little brother of strategy number 5, even though it's strategy number 6, because it's also a consistent strategy. It's generated roughly about 48 to 50% gains in 2 years since we've been tracking it and issuing signals to our members. The great thing about the strategy is, in my opinion, it works not only well in overnight trading, such as you've seen with daily bars, but it works extremely well intraday trading. Whereas all of these strategies can work in any time frame, in any direction. It's my opinion that strategy number 6 works the best for intraday trading. So I'll show you some examples here. This is going back roughly last month. A 15-minute chart of the euro dollar you see with the red down arrows. These are all sell signals generated using strategy number 6. So if you wanted to take these quick little pops on a 15-minute chart, you see that strategy number 6 generated some nice ways to go short, and they were all profitable trades. Here's a 2,000 tick bar chart. You can trade this on tick bars as well. Strategy number 6 and a nice uptrend in the euro dollar. And as you can see, this was in the middle of September when the euro dollar was trending up higher on that longer term signal, but we could also trade it intraday using strategy number 6. That's some really nice buy signals along the way intraday. So those are the examples of how well this works intraday. But at the same time, if you wanted to just use it for daily bars, you see that it also generates some very nice signals using daily bars as well. This is going back to July and beginning of August. We had some really nice signals in the Australian dollar going along using strategy number 6. So all of these strategies are extremely versatile. Sometimes you'll get a confluence where you'll get signals in both of them at the same time. Other times you won't. Just one strategy will generate a signal, whereas the other two won't. But we feel these are our 3 best strategies. And one of the best things about these strategies is that, as you see here, they work very well in the Forex markets. But another advantage of these strategies is that they also transfer over very well into trading futures, stocks, ETFs, and commodities. So you kind of get more bang for your buck, because if you're also a stock trader or a futures trader, you can use them, cross them over onto those markets as well. So that's the beauty of these strategies. As I said in the beginning of this presentation, everything that I learned was from trading on the floor, but they can easily be transferred over into other markets. Okay, and we'll show you how to do that, and I'll be there with you every step of the way on that as well. Now, here's one more thing that we're adding as an extra special bonus within our 5-week Elite College. This is what we call the Advanced Trade Management. Now, this is the closest thing, in my opinion, that I know of to the Holy Grail. It's not a strategy, and it's really a really high-performance edge. And what it does is it tells you the right time to trade. That's what it does. It's just a simple tool that will tell you when is the right time to be in the trade and when's the right time to step out and be on the sidelines. Here's an example. Too many people overtrade, and it's easy to take your signals when your strategy is performing tremendously and it's doing great, such as this example in the euro right here. As you can see, these are all signals, and they were all generated from these strategies, and they all work great. Here's 3 shorts in a row that work fantastic in the euro dollar, and then there's one long at the very end that worked fantastically. Okay, now that's a perfect case scenario, and these are the times you wish would never end, when everything seems to be working perfectly. But then other times, especially sometimes in the summer months, you may be going into a scenario like this. Well, this is the euro dollar, the same currency pair, but these are all signals generated, and they were all faulty signals, as you can see here. The great thing about Advanced Trade Management is that it kept us out of nearly 3/4 of all of these signals right here in front of you. So you would have sidestepped all of this, or the majority of it. So it's a fantastic tool that basically tells you the right time to trade and the right time to step away. That's our Advanced Trade Management, and that's only available to the Elite College members. I just want to read you a few things of what traders are saying about our programs here at Specialist Trading. Starts off by saying, absolutely amazing. Your strategy signals picked another winner for me today, and I believe this is the 8th profitable trade in a row that I've had since purchasing your course. One question, could you make it any more simpler to understand? Once again, this is going back to the notion of where I say keep things as simple as possible. I always thought trading had to be complicated, but you've proved me wrong. Thanks. That comes from JM. Now, one of our traders here in Texas who loves to trade strategy number 6 intraday says, howdy from Texas. Really enjoyed your class today, the best I've ever heard. I've been going over all the videos, and all I can say is, wow. And I know that this trader trades intraday, trades our strategies intraday in the Forex markets. Next one is coming from PH, says, what a great education. I feel I can go it alone. Thank you again for such wonderful insights into trading. With your guidance, I have moved to the next level. And I think this last testimonial here really sums it up, because in my years of trading and of teaching, I have found the same scenario with so many traders and so many students where they've just dished out tremendous, tremendous amounts of money with nothing to show for it. And DG starts out by saying, when I compare the strategies and lessons that Stephen Primo offers through Specialist Trading to the $28,000 education and software I received from another educational company, the best return on my educational dollar was from following Stephen Primo. I reviewed his strategies and was trading them successfully within less than 1 month. So we try to keep things simple. We try to keep things as inexpensive as possible for you, where we're giving you a fair value, because once again, our goal is really to teach you. We are an educational company. We're not just a signal generating company where we just say, here's the signals, follow them, and we'll hope that we fare pretty well together. No, we want you to understand the process behind each and every strategy, each and every technique, and each and every edge that I share with you. Remember, what was taught to me and what got my trading to finally turn around when I was beginning were the terms for successful trading, and that's really trading should be as simple as possible. And it's the easiest thing in the world to complicate your trading. Anyone can complicate your trading as much as you like. You can add tons of indicators. You can have 20 screens in front of you. You can be trading 100 markets, and you can have your TV going on full blast all day. Anyone can do that. You can be trading a week and do that, or you can be trading 20 years. But it's the most difficult thing in the world to simplify your trading, to really focus on one or two things and to keep it simple. And that's what I teach you how to do. Now, trading should also be consistent. You don't want to have a P&L that looks like a roller coaster. Look at your equity curve, look at your performance for the past year or so, and see if it's gone straight up and then straight down, then back straight up and back straight down again. That's not the sign of a consistent strategy. We want something that's going to have this nice, slow, upward slope to your profit and loss or equity account. So that's what we're aiming for, consistency. You know, two steps forward, one step back, hitting singles instead of trying to go for home runs. And then lastly, it should make you a part of the process. A successful trading plan should make you a part of the process. There are too many traders, in my opinion, that are just taking themselves out of the game. They just simply wait for a signal to be generated either by someone telling them or an indicator telling them, but they're not a part of the process. And ultimately, this is not going to lead you to a successful program because you have no idea or no say what's going on. Most of my strategies are 75% rule-based, but we allot 25% for discretion, for making you a part of the process, because I really feel that's important. It has to fit your persona, it has to fit your style, and that's where your own personal discretion comes in. And we teach you how to do that. I share my 35 years of experience with you so that you can become a part of the process. Remember, my goal is to teach you how to trade with the specialist edge. The same edge that turned my trading around is what I hopefully would be able to turn your trading around by teaching you the same concepts, the same tools and techniques that help me, and the same insights and wisdom as well. All right, so let's recap. Let's go over what we're going to be offering you when you decide to become a member of the Elite Forex Trading College. Weekly trading tools and techniques. We went over just a few of them today, which I shared with you and showed you exactly how they could help you and bring your trading to the next level. We're also going to be sharing with you 3 of our, in my opinion, top strategies, most consistent strategies for trading the Forex markets. These are proprietary strategies. These are strategies that we use, and also these are strategies that we generate signals in. We're going to show you the exact stop placement. We're going to show you where the different places you can place your stop, and then we're going to teach you the numerous exit points and profit targets as well. So you can decide if you want to take a quick exit or try and stay and squeeze as much profit as possible. Each strategy comes with a conservative or an aggressive version so that it can fit your style. And lastly, as a special bonus, you're all going to learn the advanced trade management tool, which basically is probably the most important thing in my opinion, more important than the strategies, more important than the tools and techniques. This is a tremendous advantage of having you trade when your strategy is performing excellently and then keeping you out when your strategy is under par. This is the 35 years of trading experience, things that have taken me 35 years to accumulate and to learn. I'm offering them to you in a nice 5-week course so that it'll really shorten your bell curve and get you trading along the way of the Forex markets. So, should you decide to sign up for our Elite Forex Trading College, you're going to get 5 weeks of detailed instruction. Remember, these are live classes. I will be teaching you, and we will be interacting over a program such as this, a webinar such as this. You're getting the 3 strategies, the Forex strategies with entries, exits, and stops. Signal alerts, and you're going to get these for 1-year trade signals so you can verify your work and see your progress if you're understanding why a signal was generated or why it wasn't. Weekly webinars. Each week I give a special extra webinar where I try to give more tips and techniques to elevate your trading. We'll give you full access to all the rules, immediate online access. You don't have to wait to start or wait a week or two. It will give you full online access. And then you'll have access to my personal email account. So you can also email me should you have a question regardless of any time during the day or during the weekend, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Now all of this 35 years of trading and all these tremendous proprietary strategies would normally cost roughly anywhere from $5,000 to $7,000. Our normal price for this is $19.97. That's still a bargain, but we're dropping it down for all the attendees today down to $14.97. This is an early bird price, but for a limited time only. So that really basically is bringing it down to just the bare bones. Most of the examples I showed you today with the signals that were generated within the last month or two would have paid for the course many times over. So this is a tremendous deal. If you really want to take your trading to the next level, if you've really been stalling with your Forex trading, or feel you've spent money and it's just gone in one direction and just never helped you at all, I really feel my course will take your trading to the next level, and I'll be there with you every step of the way as someone who has gone through that as well, gone through a difficult time, and someone who can teach you to bring it to a consistent level. All right, as promised, we are at the question and answer portion of the presentation. Now remember, if you'd like to check out more about our strategies, you can go to our sister site, which is ProTraderStrategies.com. We'll give you more information concerning the college as well as our other strategies. If you'd like to speak to someone, you can contact our Vice President of Operations, that's Brett Marsh, at brettm@specialisttrading.com, or you can call us directly at area code 310-844-7220. Now, once you decided that you're ready to join the college and you're ready to go forward with your Forex trading, here's the link we provided you at the very bottom there. That's the link if you want to copy that down, where you would simply go to sign up and take advantage of this great discount that we have. Remember, it's usually $19.97, which is a great deal in Excel. We're dropping it down to $14.97. Okay. Now let me open up the question and answer page here. If you happen to have any questions, I'll answer them just as soon as I can. Let's see. I'll take a question right here. It says, "Will Mr. Primo be discussing any strategies today, or is this a sales promotion?" Well, this is from John. Hi, John. Well, it is a sales promotion, but I basically went over what I'll be offering. I really can't give you anything in terms of actually giving you the rules to the strategy, or else you wouldn't want to become a part of the college. And it's more than just strategies. Once again, I don't want you to think that, well, we're just selling you 3 great strategies. It's all of my 35 years of experience, rolled up into 6 or 5 weeks of education. So, I don't want you to have to go through trading 35 years to gain all the information and knowledge that I have. So I'm trying to share that with you in just a really nice package here of 6 weeks in this elite trading college. So I really think it'll help you. I know all the things that I'll be teaching you are the same things that turn my trading around. Remember, for the first year or two, I struggled on the floor of the exchange where I wasn't really losing tremendous amounts of money. I just couldn't get things going forward. I would have 3 or 4 great trades followed by 1 disastrous trade. And then over time, I really had nothing to show for it. So these mentors of mine changed my way of trading. They finally got me back on the right course by simply following these simple rules that I will be sharing with you. Okay? So that's really what the college is about. Any other questions while you have me here? Remember, if you happen to come up with a question once we've concluded, this is the information where you can go to and just simply give us a call, or you can go to our sister site, ProTraderStrategies.com, and find out more information. This program should be beginning within the next couple of weeks, so if you really want to take advantage of that discounted price, you have to act very soon. This will only be this low price will only be within the next couple of days, because we're going to be starting the college. We've already have people signed up. We're going to be starting this within the next few weeks. So if you want to take advantage of the price, this is something you have to decide very quickly. Any other questions while you still have me? Once again, I want to thank the good people at Trading Markets. I was the director of Trading Markets with Larry Connors, director of education, and I was there for a number of years. And I want to thank all the people that are from Trading Markets that are attending today's presentation. What time are the webinars? From Cassandra. Cassandra, that's a great question. We're looking at right now, because we want to make sure that they fit everyone's schedule. We were originally thinking of the weekends, but now we're thinking of intraday, possibly anywhere from Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, and somewhere around this exact same time. And they'll roughly be an hour or 2 hours, depending on how much time you need. There's no time limit, but we just want to make sure that they're going to be anywhere from an hour or 2 hours. And they're going to be live, such as this one is right now. And you're going to be able to ask questions and to look over any current signals and any current trades that we may have had. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. Wanted to ask, yes, I attended your presentation yesterday and do not know if I should buy strategy 4 or 5. What is the main difference? That's a very good question. Strategy 4 generates a lot more signals than strategy number 5. But it's, in my opinion, it's best used for those short, quick trades. All right? Even though it will from time to time have these nice trend changes, I think, especially beginning, if you're a beginning to Forex trader or beginning, new to the college in my style, strategy 4 is great for those quick trades where you're in the trade for maybe 1 or 2 days at most. Whereas strategy number 5 sometimes can catch these really nice moves in the market. It's a really good pullback trend following strategy. And whereas most of my strategies at one time or another will catch a great trend, strategy number 5 is built for that. And so you can really stretch your dollar more if you'd like to be in the market a little more. Also, I feel strategy number 5 between the two will work better intraday. So the great thing about the college is that you're getting all of these for probably the price of one strategy. You're getting 3 plus my 35 years of knowledge, plus these extra tips and techniques I'll be sharing with you, plus the advanced trade management. I mean, that alone is invaluable in my opinion. It saved me hundreds of thousands of dollars. So all of this for a really, really low price. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, Wanda. Cassandra asks, the example reflected bar charts, do you discuss use of candlesticks in the training? Yes, we do have a strategy number 5 that uses candlesticks, but it's not required. In other words, you don't need to have the candlesticks in order to use them. You can still generate the signals with daily bars. We show you what to look for in the pattern, and you can see that pattern either with a daily bar or with a candlestick bar, or it doesn't matter, any other type of bar. So that's the beauty of it. And then as all strategies we have here for you, if there's a signal, we will also generate the signal. We'll have it posted on the website where you can go to our website and see if the signal was generated for tomorrow, or you will get an email the night before. So you'll be able to check that to see if you're in line or in sync with the actual strategy. So even though we incorporate the candlesticks on strategy number 5, it's not required. You can still just as easily spot a signal using a daily chart, open, high, low, close. Okay. Want to ask, for a beginner, which would be best? I don't work and would like to trade daily. Well, it's difficult to tell. I think once again, you'd probably get the best deal from the college because you can decide between all 3 yourselves. Remember, the goal here is to have you become a part of the process. Now, one trader may say, well, strategy 4 is the best. Another one may say, no, strategy 6 is the best. And it doesn't mean that they're necessarily wrong. It just means that it's the best for them. I'm giving you 3 great different strategies, and you can pick whichever one works best for you. So, personally, I like trading strategy number 5 the most, but intraday I like trading strategy 6. But that's my own personal preference. I know other traders, such as that trader that wrote a testimonial from Texas, absolutely loves strategy number 5 intraday. So it's all your personal preference. That's why I think becoming a member of the college not only gives you the option to test all 3, but you also have me along with you as your instructor and guide along the entire way, rather than just purchasing a video of the strategy. Okay, so I think it's much more conducive to becoming successful once you get involved in the entire package. Next one from Bright asks, what's the average number of signals do you send out per week in the Forex market? That's a very good question. It varies, such as last week we had a number of signals. There was one night we had about 9 signals in one day. But I would say on average anywhere from 2 to 3 a week. That's just being very conservative. 2 to 3 signals a week. But remember, these are signals based off of daily bars. If you want to trade intraday, you'll be getting far more signals. It's up to you. And we'll be showing you how to do that. We just cannot provide you with those signals because you may say, hey, Steve, I trade on a 2,000 tick bar chart. And I'll have another student that says, well, Steve, I trade on a 5-minute chart. Whereas someone else would say, well, I trade on a 4-hour chart. We would be providing signals for virtually every different minute of the day. It's too difficult to do. So we provide signals for you if you're looking at daily bars. But we really teach you. I teach you, go into detail so that you'll be able to use these strategies in any time frame in any direction. Okay? So at the end of 6 weeks, there's no reason why you should not be able to understand each and every strategy and pick the best one for you. Now, one thing that I do differently that other educators is that at the end of 6 weeks, I don't just close the doors and say good luck. You still have correspondence with me. For a year, for 2 years, it's up to you. So I'll still be with you and still be your teacher and your guide so that if you have any questions or anything doesn't still make sense or you don't understand why you're out of sync, you can still contact me, email, and we'll still be able to correspond. So don't feel that I'm just going to leave after this 5-week program. I'll still be there with you, have correspondence, and I'll still be there to make sure that you get in sync with these strategies. Okay? It's a college. I'm not just throwing this out and then leaving you alone there to fend for yourself. I really want to make sure that you understand this. As you can see from the attention to detail I've given you so far, I'm all about teaching. My goal is to really have you understand. I see far too many traders really giving away their money and not understanding to programs that don't make sense because you're not becoming a part of the process. I want you to understand what's involved here and to learn it and then to implement it yourself. And I'll still be there with you, checking you to make sure you are. In other words, I'm going to teach you how to ride a bike, but I'm not going to ride the bike for you. I'm going to be holding it with you, and then once I see that you're ready to go, I'll let go and you'll be able to ride for yourself. But I'm your instructor and your guide, but I will not leave you alone after the end of 5 weeks. A lot of students are very fearful of that, thinking that once the 5 weeks are over, that's it. It's not that case with specialist trading, okay? I hope I made sense of that, because in another presentation, a lot of students ask that, and I don't want you to think that. Okay, any other questions? Now, one thing I just want to also mention, these strategies are taught in over 35 countries, okay? Anywhere from beginning traders, we have beginning traders in Europe, to hedge fund traders, or people that are running these mass amounts of money that are using these same strategies. They're that simple. So I don't want you to feel that because I've been trading for this long, they must be overly complicated. As I showed you some of the testimonials, they're extremely, extremely simple. 5 rules at most, and extremely simple to see. It's just the fact of being able to implement them correctly. But don't worry, we'll have, in these group sessions, we'll be there and I'll go over everything so you can ask questions and we'll learn together, okay? So I don't want you to think that, this is something you have to know right off the bat. All right, any more questions? These are great questions, and I appreciate you for asking. And remember, this is more of a communal type thing. It's a community. We want to make sure that you're part of the specialist trading community. We want to make sure that you're part of our team here. If there are no other questions, just let me once again repeat. This is the contact information, okay? So this is where you want to be contacting us should you decide to become a member. I see Bright just asked one more question. Are these strategies on DVDs or emails? These strategies are all online. They're online access. So you will be given a link to our website, and then you'll just use a password, a username and a password, and you'll see everything online, which is a video, and then we'll discuss them live in the actual classes. Then we'll go over everything live. So you can actually access it whenever you'd like. And then you can also print the rules and print everything so you can study off of a hard copy at your own leisure, okay? So the classes are live. The classes are not DVDs or sent out notes to people. They are live classes, and then we give you the access to the website where you can also look over the interactive information on the website as well. Okay, and then as well, you get my email address. And remember, this is not something where you can only send me emails, once a week. I have a number of students that send me emails 2 or 3 times a day. That's perfectly admissible. That's fine. As soon as I can, I get back to each and every one of them. So I was actually asking, or answering emails from students who asked me questions prior to this presentation. Yes, all the classes will be recorded, so that if you can't make a specific time, or perhaps that certain day, you can't make it, you have maybe you have something that came up, don't worry, it's all going to be recorded, and you can go back whenever you're free to watch it, okay? So everything's recorded and everything's out there for you so that you can learn at your own pace. That's why a lot of people are often reticent, thinking like, well, I can't make this time, so how am I going to learn? Don't worry, everything is recorded for you, and at the same time, you have access to me. I'm always going to be there for you. So anytime you want to email me, you can. Okay? Once again, this is the information to contact us. I really look forward to becoming a member of Specialist Trading. I know how difficult trading can be when you're starting out. Trust me, I've been there. I know how you felt. I've been there myself, but I really want to make sure that you understand this information so you can turn the corner, so you can get your trading back on track. So you won't have to be wasting money on all these useless programs. You'll keep things very simple at a really reasonable, in our opinion, reasonable discounted price. Remember, that discounted price is only going to go for the next couple of days. We're going to be starting this very soon. As soon as we get all of our members signed up, we're going to close the class and decide on a time and a date. So it's best, if you're seriously interested, to take advantage of this lower price right now. Okay? In closing, I want to thank you so much for attending today. It's been an honor speaking to you. I thank you to all of you for having your interest in our elite Forex trading program. This is the first time we've done this with the Forex, so you're going to be our beginning members here. So we're going to give you as much information as we can. And I really look forward to becoming a member of Specialist Trading and trading with the Specialist Edge. Thanks so much for attending today. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.